Have you ever sat down totally fired up to learn how to code, only to feel, well, completely lost just a few minutes later? Yeah. If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle the one question that stops so many people before they even really get started. This question. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's so discouraging, and honestly, it's the reason a lot of people just give up. But what if the problem isn't actually you? What if it's the way you're going about it? Does this sound familiar? You're not crazy. This is what the struggle feels like. It's like you're going through all the motions, but the actual knowledge just isn't clicking. So let's break down why this is happening and, more importantly, what you can actually do about it. Okay, first things first. We have to deal with the biggest roadblock of all. And you know what? It's not the code itself, it's what's going on in our heads. The mental game is like half the battle here. This. This is it right here. This is the number one reason people quit. They hit a roadblock and their first thought is, well, I guess I'm just not a genius. But that's a total myth, and it's time we just stop believing it. The trick is to reframe what coding actually is. It's not some crazy, impossible math problem. Think of it more like learning a new language. And how do you learn a language, right? You practice. You make a ton of mistakes, you sound a little clumsy at first, and then, slowly but surely, you start making sentences. You get better by doing it, not by being born a genius. And this is another huge mental trap. You go online, you see these amazing developers building incredible things, and you think, wow, I could never do that. Well, of course not. Not yet, anyway. You're just starting out. You're seeing their finished product, not the hundreds of late nights and failed attempts it took to get there. So what happens when you try? You're going to get error messages. A lot of them. But here's the secret every pro developer knows. An error isn't a you failed sign, it's just feedback. It's a clue. Every single bug you track down and fix isn't a failure, it's a lesson you just burned into your brain forever. All right, so now that we've got our heads in the right space, let's talk about the how. Because, even with the best attitude, it's super easy to fall into these common learning traps that just lead you nowhere. Oof, this one's a killer. We call it tutorial paralysis. And it's so dangerous because it feels productive. You're watching videos, you're reading articles, you're collecting a million bookmarks, but you're not actually writing any code. You get stuck just consuming information instead of applying it. And you know what the fix is? It's actually super simple. Stop jumping around. Your brain needs time to absorb things. Just pick one good course or book and see it all the way through. Sticking with one thing is so much more powerful than collecting a library of stuff you never finish. I love this analogy because it says it all. You could watch 1,000 hours of Formula One. You could memorize every single turn on the track. Does that mean you can hop in that car and drive 200 miles an hour? No way. Learning to code is the exact same thing. You gotta get behind the wheel yourself. So this is the really honest question you gotta ask yourself. When you sit down to learn, are your fingers on the keyboard, typing your own code and solving your own problems? Or are you just kind of passively watching somebody else do it? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know. The way you make that shift from watching to doing is by building stuff. And I mean, start small, like a simple calculator app or a to-do list. It doesn't have to change the world. Every little project is like a workout, a rep for your coding muscles. And over time, all those small workouts add up to real strength. Okay, so your mindset is right. You're committed to actually practicing. The last piece of this puzzle is building a system that makes sure you don't just have a great start, you actually keep going. Look, motivation is awesome. It's that huge spike of energy that gets you started. But the thing about motivation is it's flaky. It disappears. Consistency, on the other hand, is about doing a little bit over and over. It might not feel as exciting, but as you can see, over time, it's the only thing that actually builds momentum. This right here, this is the shift that changes the game. Stop waiting to feel like it. Instead, just build a habit. Commit to 30 minutes a day, even on the days you really don't want to. That discipline, that consistency, that's what makes the difference. So what are you being consistent for? If your goal is just this fuzzy idea to learn coding, you're basically driving around with no destination. Every wrong turn is going to feel like you're completely lost because you never knew where you were going in the first place. But when you have a specific goal, suddenly your learning has purpose. It's your map. A goal like I want to build a portfolio website in 3 months tells you exactly what you need to learn: HTML, CSS, a little JavaScript. It turns this giant, confusing ocean of information into a clear path you can actually follow. So let's just put it all together. Feeling stuck isn't some personal flaw, it's a problem you can solve. And it almost always boils down to one of these 6 things. Figure out which one of these is holding you back, and bam, you've got your roadmap forward. And one last thing, please remember this. The goal isn't to know everything about a language. Nobody does, not even the pros. The real goal is to know just enough to solve the problem you have right now, and to get really good at finding the answers to everything else. So forget about this giant, scary mountain called learning to code. Just focus on this one question. What's the next tiny, manageable step you can take right now? Like right after this? Are you going to make a single button with HTML? Write one line of code? Just decide on your goal? The whole journey doesn't start with a giant leap. It starts with that next small step.